Hey, Minifish, it's the 15th, October 2017. Going over the headlines, and this fire's still on the front burner. I've seen a few things that raise questions, absolutely. So I'm just poking around. I'm looking at a few articles on it, some images, and I come across this satellite image, courtesy of NASA. This is a 500-mile-long smoke trail from these fires, which that in and of itself, for that smoke plume to stay together like that all the way out into the ocean, over the ocean, is very unusual. It would have to be like a zero breeze on that ocean. But I digress once again. I'm looking at the image, and while I'm looking at it and seeing what I see, it brings me directly to mind, and I want to bring it to people's memories, that when we're dealing with this quantum computer system that they're all implementing now, when I say all, I mean Google, I mean NASA, I mean all of them, YouTube included, okay? They all incorporate these computers. If you don't know how these operate, you got to look into it. And they work in concert with CERN. CERN is not just looking for dark matter, which they cannot find and never will. They're communicating with another entity, another form of intelligence that is not extraterrestrial. Trust me. And I know this for many reasons, but if we just take for one simple example, their 666 logo, and just about any one of these tiles on their website. See this background image here? I've shown this before, but they hide it back there because it's a big demon behind that tile. That's why. It's a big, ugly demon. A devil. And on the other side, we have a dude in the shadows there, in the smoke, who is basically an executioner. That's what I call him. Okay, so there's CERN for you. They're working with these guys who can process more information in a nanosecond than you can even fathom. That's how these things work, okay? So they are basically allowing these entities into the system, which is leaching into everything, including NASA, including Google, including everywhere. And they leach themselves into these images because someone needs to explain. Well, actually, they don't need to explain because I'm explaining it to you. Here's that NASA satellite image. Please explain to me how there is a perfect image of a devil right outside San Francisco Bay. And folks, if you can't see him, I sincerely feel bad. I do. If you cannot see that devil as plain as day in a formation of supposed smoke that does not form in this fashion, that is a result of the entity that is now coming through and running free in our system. And I call him the beast in the system. That's what it is. You can see these images everywhere. Everywhere. I haven't even doctored this one at all. How blatant can you get, folks? Seriously. You need to get right with God. You need to know who your Savior is. That's what you need to know. And then you understand this stuff. And you call it out for what it is. Wicked darkness. And it wants to devour you. Because the people die for lack of knowledge. Peace and grace to you. Minifish.
Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord, and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of God, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Wherefore take unto you the whole armor of God,